minutes. She says that she
Starting
felt
route to
traumatized
558
and
California
abused by the people
Avenue.
who have been running it. And like I said, she wants it to end.
In
She
1.6
basically made it
miles,
sound
turn
like
left
the past
onto
13
Commerce
years of her
Road.
life have just been pure awful. She says that she's been paying the people, her father and other people, to basically control her every move. They make her perform when she didn't want to. She did not want to do that Vegas residency, but yet she had to perform. She has to go to therapy programs she doesn't want to, and she's been restricted access to her kids if she doesn't comply. And speaking of kids, she actually said that she would love to get married and have another child, but they're restricting that as well. They're not letting her have any more kids at this moment. So it sounds just like an awful situation. She says that she has lied to the public about times when she says that she's
In 1
actually
mile,
okay and happy.
turn
She
left
says, you
onto
know what, that's
Commerce
not
Road.
the case. I'm not happy right now. I'm traumatized. I can't sleep. I'm depressed. And it's all because of what's going on behind the scenes. So
Here's what I don't understand. Was this an agreement with all these stipulations that she agreed to years ago and now?
yes, this took place years and years ago. Remember when she had that big mental breakdown?
Right.
She shaved her head. She was attacking paparazzi, and she was placed, I believe, on a mental health hold. So the conservatorship started then, and I think then it was agreed upon. However, I don't know all of the terms. Was it agreed to last this long? I don't know all of the terms that went into it, but I know it started back when she was having like a mental breakdown. That's when it really took place. So when you hear all of this,
Then
and
at the next
you
one,
guys actually
turn
don't
left.
follow her on social media,
No,
but
no.
you can. I do, and I have a lot of. I grew up listening
At
to
the
her.
light,
You know,
turn
her-
left onto
she
Commerce
was
Road.
Something, an icon in my age. So I follow her on social media, and some of the things she posts, you can just tell that something isn't right with her. She's definitely not happy. So I hope that the court hears this and is able to make adjustments in the appropriate way. Yeah. All right, so Michigan State Police are being sued by a Metro Detroit couple after they say they were racially profiled during a traffic stop several years ago. So back in 2019, this couple claims that they were stopped by Michigan State Police troopers. This was in Oak Park, and they were detained for about 2 hours as their vehicle was searched for drugs by 2 canine units. And according to the complaint, this couple, they say they were falsely accused of running a red light, and then they were profiled because of their race. So they were never actually even given a ticket, but they were forced to endure this 2-hour wait while all of these canine units searched their vehicle. This lawsuit was filed on Wednesday, and basically the group who filed it, the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, says that this couple's experience just mirrors that of thousands of other black motorists.
My question is, and I'm not doubting it, is why did it take 2 years to file a lawsuit?
That we'll never know unless we ask the couple.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that go into
That's a
it,
good
though.
point, actually.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You said COVID.
I mean, there's
About a year and a half
so
out of
many
it.
Well, yeah.
things that are put on
Yes.
hold because you
Good point.
can't have, those things in person.
Great
And
point.
And sometimes just getting everything in place,
Yeah.
finding the right people to represent you, and
Starting
getting your
route to
story
Indian
heard
Trail.
just
In
takes time.
1.8
It all takes
miles,
a little bit of
turn
time.
right onto
All
Indian
right, so
Trail.
for the first time ever, Elton John will be performing at Comerica Park next summer. So he will be in Detroit on July 18th, 2022. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on June 30th, so mark your calendars if you're excited to go. They'll be on sale at tigers.com/Elton John. And the show will be part of the singer's final round of dates for his Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. He will also be stopping at the LCA, so you can see him there if you'd want to too, but that is in February 8th and 9th.
So he's playing here twice in February, and then he's playing next summer. Cool.
yeah,
Very, very, very cool.
Destination Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's going to be a pretty cool lineup at Comerica Park next summer for sure, because we already heard about Billy Joel will be there, and then you've got Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and whoever else they're performing with. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good year.
I
for
mean,
concerts.
remember, Elton, the famous concert he had at Dodger Stadium.
In 1
where the
mile,
Dodgers
turn
were
right
performing
onto
with
Indian
Glitter
Trail.
Or whatever. What if we'll have like an Old English Day or any of that stuff? I'll have Heather in the stands, giving away stuff to the concert concert goers. That'd be great.
Yes.
Pause them.
Yes, let's do it.
Pause on base.
Yeah. Be great. All right, so we already know that fans who get to attend the Olympics won't be allowed to cheer. We talked about this, maybe it was even earlier this week. You know, they're going to have to wear masks and they can't get loud. So, you know, they can whisper, but they can't yell and cheer for their teams. And now we also know that they won't be able to drink either. So alcohol sales at the games and at the venues has been banned. So no drinking, no cheering. And on top of that, fans are also not allowed to give high fives. None of that. You cannot wave a towel in the air. None of that. And you cannot go and ask for autographs. That one I kind of understand.
No, it's a no fun Olympics.
We're going straight headbutt.
Yeah. By the way, I did not mention this. Speaking of Olympics.
Speaking of the Olympics.
Well, congratulations to Jeremy Grant.
Yes.
He's going to be on the
He's gonna be
U.S.
an
Olympic
Olympian.
team. That's
Yeah.
right. How cool is that?
Things just keep getting sweeter. You're in the D.
I know. Absolutely.
Okay, so I saw this article, and it is probably the strangest dating show that I've heard of, and it is coming to Netflix. It's called Sexy Beasts. All right, but there's really, according to the
Starting
trailer,
route to
the little
Taylor.
clip that I saw, there's
In half a mile,
nothing
turn right.
sexy about it. So basically, contestants are turned into different
At the next
creatures,
light,
different
turn right.
animals with masks and makeup, and then they are set to find love based on personality rather than looks. But it is genuinely creepy. Like, they've got these prosthetics on and they look maybe like a dolphin or a panda, even a devil. Like, they're just transformed, and then
At the
they
right, turn
look,
right
it looks
onto
like
Orchard
they'll
Lake
then go
Road.
out on a date together, but they don't know really what the other person looks like.
So basically, it is a like the Masked Singer, but with a dating medium.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we've seen concepts of this before. There was
In
that
5
like
miles, turn
dating in
left
the
onto
dark, and the
Northwestern
dating,
Highway.
like, I don't remember what it was called. They dated like they could go in these little pods and talk to each other between a screen that they couldn't see each other. So we've seen concepts of this before, but this one is weird. This one's really weird, but it's going to air on July 21st.
It's not like a furry dating game either, is it?
No. They're not. No. It's just bizarre. It's not quite like that, but it is. It's weird. That's for sure. You guys, Harrison Ford. He is currently filming Indiana Jones 5, but while filming, the schedule is probably going to have to change a bit because the 78-year-old action hero, he was injured on set.
Oh, no.
78 years old. I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
Keeping up with things. Yeah, he was rehearsing a fight scene for the movie, and he injured his shoulder. So a Disney spokesperson says that production is going to continue, but they're going to have to work around him for a little while he recovers. So,
Darn rotator cuffs.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I love the fact he's still doing his own stuff. Yeah, that's great.
I know, right?
Kudos to Harrison Ford. Absolutely. Way to go, Indiana Jones. All right. Thank you very much, Heather. Don't forget the 2 Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. On yesterday's program, we were joined by Pistons General Manager Troy Weaver. That was later in the show. For those of you who were either sleeping or working, missed it, that's coming up next. 97.1 The Ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Tonight in the pro basketball playoffs, Phoenix visits Los Angeles, Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix is a 1-point road favorite. LA around -105 on the money line. Still have some injury information to sort out. We don't know if Phoenix's star point guard will clear COVID protocols. We don't know if LA is going to have its star player dealing with his knee injury. But if things are going to stay the same and Phoenix won't have its star and LA won't have its star, then Phoenix would be the play here as a 1-point road favorite. LA really missed opportunities in games 1 and 2 to win, and you just feel like when it comes down the stretch of these games, Phoenix has a little more than Los Angeles does. So Phoenix playing the short number unless we got updated injury news. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
For many homeowners, your crawl space is a place you never go, or maybe only when it's absolutely necessary. It's nasty, wet, and moldy, or maybe your floors are sinking. Well, it doesn't have to stay that way. Encapsulating your crawl space with Foundation Systems of Michigan's exclusive system keeps moisture out, protecting your home and making it more comfortable. Stop living over an unhealthy crawl space. Call the experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan for your free inspection.
You have $1 million home? I got $1 million buyers lined up. Hi, it's Mark Z with EXP.
Why so serious?
Spilled your drink? Quick! The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times the absorb, so you can use less than the leading value brand. So you can get back to the party. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
How can I make sure my office never stops working?
With Staples Connect, it's possible. I need to keep my back office stocked without messing up my bottom line. Also possible because Staples Connect has your small business covered with big savings on everything you need to get work done. This week, earn 30% back in a Staples store bonus when you buy any 2-ink cartridges.
Starting
Explore
route
what's
to
new at your
Walnut Lake
local
Road.
Staples or
In 1 mile,
staplesconnect.com.
turn left
Staples
onto Walnut
Connect,
Lake
the
Road.
working and learning store. Limit 4 in-store only. Visit staplesconnect.com/store bonus for details. N626.
If you're in the market for a car, truck, SUV, or minivan, you have to come see what we can do for you during the Jeep Freedom Days at Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi friends, Bill Golling here, and with nearly 1,500 new vehicles available, I'm sure we have something that will work for you. For example, qualified Chrysler employees can lease a 2021 Jeep Compass Limited for just $279 a month. Leases for 39 months, 10,000 miles a year,
At the next light,
$2,000
turn
down.
left.
So come see us. That's Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, and online at Golling.com.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
No sweeter sound. Hear the game. Here is all the play-by-play all season.
At the light,
is on
turn left onto Walnut Lake
Ticket
Road.
and the Odyssey app.
Well, it may not have had the implications of when Charlie Casserly drafted John Jansen back in 1999.
In 2.6 miles, arrive at Walnut Lake
Obviously,
Road.
The Pistons winning the lottery. This city is going crazy. People are excited like we haven't been in a long, long time. And joining us now is the general manager of the Pistons, Troy Weaver. Congratulations, Troy. What was your mindset while you were watching the laborious lottery show leading up to it? And did you at one time sit there and say, I think this is going to work for us?
Prepared for the worst, hope for the best. But we were fortunate enough to come up with the number one pick, and we'll take it. But I had a good feeling about things going in. I didn't know quite this good at one, but I had a pretty good feeling that we would land in the top 5.
What's the evaluation process for you like? Is it cut and dried? You know who you want? Or will you still continue to evaluate all of those that could possibly take it at the top of the draft?
Absolutely, we'll continue to evaluate top of the draft, explore every option that's out there. So we have to continue to do our work and be prepared for the 29th.
Obviously, you're not going to tip your hat of who you're going to pick, but I do want to ask you if you can even answer. Obviously, everybody's really excited about Cade Cunningham all over. Everybody says he's the guy, he's the guy. Whether he's the guy or not, what would Cade Cunningham, what are his greatest attributes, both on and off the floor?
Versatility is like skill set.
Phillips on earlier. You know, he evaluates a lot of players, and he made the comp of Grant Hill. Is that fair?
But then, being like Grant Hill, that's pretty high top. Close to Grant Hill, that's pretty good. But, yeah, there's some similarities there.
You mentioned you're evaluating all options with that number one. Would one of those, we've had a number of callers call in and say, hey, you know, would they listen to a package to possibly trade that number one pick? Is that one of the options that you would evaluate?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you heard from your former boss, Sam Presti? He's got what? But how many picks do they have? Like 16 first-round picks in the next 5 years, something like that?
We talk all the time, so yes, I've heard.
Is there any difference, because for us as fans, obviously we see guys like Cade Cunningham, who played at Oklahoma State, Evan Mobley at USC, Jalen Suggs at Gonzaga. We get a chance to see those players, but the G League guys, we as fans don't get a lot of opportunity to see them. Is there any difference in evaluating those that played college basketball as opposed to those that played in the G League?
Yeah, the G League guys, they look more in the pro setting, play against more experienced guys, so there's a little different evaluation here, for sure. And to be quite frank, that time spent there for them really kind of excelled in maturation coming into the league. So, yeah. We'll look at it, but it's a little different. But we'll turn over every stone and continue to make sure we get it right on the 29th.
Troy Weaver joins us on the Stoney and Jansen program. Do you take any pride in the fact that, you know, you guys get the number one pick? You know, I hate to use the word tanking, but you guys didn't really tank in the conventional way of tanking. You guys played hard, you lost games, and you saw development of your younger players. You basically did it the perfect way, at least from a fan perspective and our perspective. Do you find that maybe karma, you got rewarded for that?
Well, we hope so. We try to do things the right way here. You know, we important, but yeah, Coach and I, and the whole organization, we step upon going out and restoring the franchise in a certain direction. And we're fortunate enough to have basketball guys looked out for us.
Speaking of your coach, he was on with us a couple weeks ago, and he said going in the lottery he was going to wear his lucky underwear that had holes in it. Do you know if he came through with that? Did he wear his underwear last night that had some holes in it and it paid off?
Probably did the way he jumped out of the seat. Yeah, I'm sure he did have my lucky underwear last night.
Yeah. What was that like? You guys are all in Chicago for the Combine. You have one representative I know is in New York where they make the decision. The lottery takes place before we get to see it. What was it like being there? I mean, I know you're so low key, but you mentioned Dwayne Casey. I saw a little video and it looked like the people were going nuts. Your staff, which they should.
Yeah, everybody's excited. Getting the number one pick is a thrill. Great for the organization. So, it was a great night for everyone. Celebrating. Now the work starts all over.
Troy, we know that obviously with that number one pick, if you hold on to it and you evaluate, no one can take the player that you want to take. What is the value of bringing in those that you know will be gone by the time that you draft next, by the time you get a chance to make your next selection? What's the value in bringing those players in and seeing them firsthand?
Just keep a catalog.
In 1.9 miles, turn left onto West 12 Mile Road.
Want to be able to meet them and touch them and feel them and evaluate them and feel the foul and everything. So we'll continue to do our work and make sure that we continue to build our profile. Be diligent on everyone, so we'll we won't stop just because we have to number one pick. We'll continue to evaluate the guys we like wherever they make off the track.
Because you have such a young team with veterans sprinkled in, Cunningham or whoever, you like the fit with a bunch of good young players. It's something that obviously great for the future, because that's what the people are talking about a little bit, how Cunningham in particular, just the way his game is, it just fits in with you guys so seamlessly.
Yeah, those guys that you talk to, really, any good player. We won 20 games last year. We're not in a position to say that a guy fits or doesn't fit, but all those guys at the top fit. We like our young core, adding this player to really push us forward.
Obviously, what happens on the court is extremely important, but when you're drafting number one overall, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on the Pistons, on the individual. How important is the evaluation off the court of the character of that player?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we were going to double down on what we started last year. And we had 4 tremendous men we drafted last year, young men, and we'll continue on that track and make sure that we get the right person. Like I said, we can debate the play all day long, but we're going to get the right people in here, make sure that they fit what we're trying to do.
Non-draft wise, what's the toughest decision you have to make personnel wise? You have a lot of there are a few guys you do have to make decisions on. Corey Joseph for one, and some of the others. What are you guys looking at in that aspect?
You're right. We got a lot of tough decisions, but just restoring a franchise is difficult because you're gonna have to make tough choices. But we like our group. I don't see a lot of wholesale changes going forward. Building our continuity is really important with our group, myself and Coach Casey. So I expect us to bring back a lot of the guys that we have on the roster.
Is there a certain skill set that you're looking to add throughout the draft, whether it's to get big, to get fast, add shooting? Is there something that you are specifically looking to add throughout this draft?
Because you have 3 second-round picks too.
Yeah, a competitive nature. We want guys that really compete. That's the way we're going to move the needle forward. That's not a particular skill before us.
In 6.2 miles, take exit 14C onto M39 and Southfield Freeway.
That'll be the common thread on whoever we draft.
I just want to thank you for coming on. It's this city. I mean, you probably can't feel in Chicago, obviously, but people are just really excited about Piston basketball. Really excited about what you've done to help restore, and as you know from being here, even in the short time, this city, for all its teams, it's been bad for a while, and now you and the Lions, and looks like the Tigers with some young players, and the Red Wings. It looks like we're on a different road here, and you guys with that number one pick, keep doing it, man. People are really excited.
I appreciate you guys. We're happy for the city, and we're excited for this challenge and continue to move the Pistons forward. But we can't wait till the 29th, and we'll be ready to go.
All right. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it as always.
No, thanks, Adam.
All right. That's Troy Weaver, Pistons General Manager, powered by BetQL. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today or visit BetQL.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, traffic volumes are beginning to build. I-75 heading southbound near 12 Mile, but the roads are currently accident-free. Now coming up today on the northbound side, one lane will be available from 12 to 13 Mile, and there's another construction project underway in Madison Heights, closing 12 Mile westbound at Stevenson Highway through early July. You can use 13 Mile Road instead. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
The Detroit Tigers host the Houston Astros. Pre-game tonight at 6:50 on 97.1 The Ticket.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G. Experience it now with a powerful iPhone 12 Pro with 5G on us.
Wow, these 4K videos
broke the story yesterday, and it has been kind of confirmed that after the Combine of 2022, the NFL will be shopping, taking bids for cities to host the Combine like they do for the draft and the Super Bowl. And I want to ask this question, 248-539-9797. Take a text. I'm also going to put it up on a Twitter poll. Would you pay, I guess, do we need to put a dollar amount on this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, would you, I don't know.
$50? I don't know.
Let's go 40.
Okay. Would you pay $40 to attend the NFL Combine?
Spend
yes or no?
a day watching the Combine in person.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
Would I spend $40 for it? No. I mean, to me, it's boring.
See, and that's...
well, look, you have a completely different perspective than I do. I mean, look, I'll watch a little bit of it on television, but I'd rather wait for the highlights if they show some guy who's running like a 4-1. Right. I like to see that. I don't need to see it in person. To me, it's like, okay, I can go to my local high school and watch guys work out and run sprints and, watch the football team not in pads, do certain drills. It doesn't excite me. And then somebody would say, well, why would you want to go to the draft? Because the draft's a party.
The draft is it's a 3 to 4 day party.
Right.
And it's, this year in Cleveland, it was a little bit back, but if you remember back to when it was in Nashville, unbelievable. Yeah. And I'm siding with you that this is not an in-person spectator sport. You want to be able to turn the TV on and fast forward to the guys that you want to see run the sprints.
Yeah.
Or, it can be appointment TV. Hey, the wide receivers and the DBs are running their 40s at 8:30 on Thursday night.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to watch that. I'm not going to spend $40 to go watch some guy bench press 225 pounds 20 times. It looks the same as somebody else doing it 20 times.
Exactly. I mean, look, I think the NFL, rightfully so, everything's a business. They're just trying to get as much money as they can, and cities are going to bid because it helps the economy a little bit because you have, a lot of the media and all the teams have sent like
all the senators, all the
it's a cool deal. There's no doubt about it. I'm not against Detroit hosting the Combine for a year. I think it'd be great. I ain't going though.
No, but the Combine to me is there are few things in the NFL that are steeped in history and tradition. There are a lot of history and tradition around organizations, around some rivalries. Some of that has gone by the wayside with expansion, with free agency. But the one constant thing all year long is the Combine in Indianapolis.
Right.
And I really think that it just should stay there. As much as I would love to have it here in Detroit for all of the things that you talked about.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the hotel rooms, it's the hospitals, it's all that it would generate for the area.
The hospitals?
Yeah, all the medical stuff that they have to do. I mean, there's that's the only thing that was in person in Indianapolis this year. Was the medical side of things.
So let me say, did you have to go through a Combine around back then?
Oh, yes, it was.
Was it in Indy?
It was in Indy, yeah. We all went to Indy, and I drove over there. It's a very well-oiled machine. And it's, you've got to have that hotel atmosphere where there's a bunch of, obviously, conference rooms and areas for teams to have their interviews, and not just individual. Like, every team would probably take 10 to 12 rooms because you've got position coaches that want to interview just offensive linemen, just wide receivers. You've got coordinators that want to talk to everybody that they might be looking at office, and on down the road. But the medical side of things was extremely streamlined. If you've spent any time, obviously, with an injury and going to a hospital or going to a doctor's office, it can be a laborious situation. Not with the NFL Combine. When it says 12:15, you're there for your MRI.
It's an Army, damn it. They were in the NFL at the Pentagon.
You are there at 12:15. You are in that machine. You're out of the machine. Your results are there. They're red. And it goes like clockwork. And I really think if you start moving it around to different cities, that time frame is going to be messed up because that is something that has been done for what, over 40 years. So yes, I did go there. I'm within that time frame. But they know how to get there, how to get back, when to get there, when to get back. All of those things
which is fine. I think they're all, well, maybe a lot of people
If the NFL can sell it,
they will.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like you, is there anybody in Detroit that would spend $40, even if it's just to see one guy run a 40, or maybe in the next couple of years it's to watch somebody throw? You know, I mean, you might have your next quarterback that you're taking a look at. Jared Goff obviously is the, you know, he, as Brad Holmes says, he's not a bridge option, but there's always a button. And that might be at the combine in the next couple of years, especially if it's in Detroit.
Yes. All right, coming up next, after Chris Falaro's update, Heather has news.
Oh, yes, you guys. Hot air balloon rides into space are about to become an actual thing. But you know what? I think only a very few select elite group members will actually be able to experience this. And I'll tell you why.
All right, that's coming up next. Don't forget 2 Grand Slam at 725, 97.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
A standing ovation. Things going well for Matt Manning as he pitched in front of Tigers fans at home for the first time. Even got his first Major League decision, a victory, as the Tigers beat the Cardinals 6-2.
I'm happy to be part of this ballpark, my home. There's some long yards in the alleys, so I'm happy that I was here to get my first win and trying to limit the hard contact, work hard to soft, moving my breaking ball. So I think it was a good day all around. I just want to be a little more sharper next time.
Detroit's trio of relievers finishing the game starting in the 6th inning. Soto, Cisnero, and Fulmer locking down the victory behind Manning, and a 15th home run for Jonathan Scope, who stays red hot at the plates. A huge comeback for the Islanders. They take it to overtime at home against the Lightning and avoid elimination, getting a 3-2 victory and sending the series to a Game 7. And on the hardwood, 48 points, 11 assists for Trae Young as the Hawks defeat Giannis and the Bucks 116-113. The Greek Freak had nearly a triple-double, 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Also, after missing the first 2 games of the Western Conference Finals, Chris Paul is set to be probable for Game 3. If he is cleared, Phoenix says that he is going to play. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. It's time for news, and here's Heather.
Well, you guys, a Lake Orion man is facing charges after he allegedly took a photo of another man inside a bathroom at Somerset Mall. Yeah. So last week, Troy police were called on a report of a fight that was in progress. So it turns out that this guy that he was taking a photo of realized it. Like, he looked up over the stall wall and saw a camera, and he was obviously not happy about that. He tried to get the guy to come out of the bathroom. He wouldn't, so he waited for him outside of the bathroom door. And when this guy with the camera came out, he just started punching him and attacking him. So this fight broke out. So police showed up for that, but they were able to determine that the suspect had in fact taken a photo of the victim, and he was arrested. He's been charged with 2 counts, one for using a computer in the commission of a crime, and one for capturing an image of an unclothed person.
Wow, he just went to the wrong store. He went to Bed's bathrooms and
Take the exit, then keep right.
I'm surprised he waited for him to come out because those doors aren't all that secure.
Oh no, he probably could have. Yeah, he probably could have, but maybe he didn't want to get in trouble for property damage, so he was just waiting to pummel the man himself. But man, you guys, a 79-year-old woman who had been missing for days was found alive in a wooded area in Pontiac. So great news that she was found alive. This woman was originally reported missing on June 20th, and she was last seen by her family on Saturday. She was on the way to the grocery store and then never returned home. And on Wednesday, an employee at CN Railroad saw legs sticking out of the woods. What? Yeah, so you would think that, oh my goodness, have I just discovered a dead body? But no, this woman was just weak, and she was suffering from exposure to the weather, but she was alive. She was taken to the hospital destruction. Nobody lived there, which is the good news. And investigators say that they were able to identify the suspects because they found a pay stub from the woman's employer that contained not only her name, but also her address. So they knew exactly where this couple was located. Plus, they were caught on security camera from a neighboring home. So you could actually see this couple running into the home and then running out of the house after they started the fire, getting in their car and fleeing the scene. So they've each been charged with 2 counts of third-degree arson, which is a 10-year felony.
Getting a burglar kindling?
Like, destroy all evidence and you're supposed to do this. And don't use a pay stub. But that's what you get.
Can't
Yes,
fix
that's what
stupid.
you get. No, you can't. All right, so Jamie Spears has responded to all of basically the bombs that Britney Spears dropped during her statement to the court yesterday, but he didn't really have much to say. So his lawyer actually read a statement to the court saying, quote, Mr. Spears is sorry to see his daughter suffering and in so much pain. Mr. Spears loves his daughter and misses her very much. So that's how he responded. We talked about the things Britney said in court yesterday, and it is heartbreaking to hear somebody say how miserable they are and how they've been controlled and they don't want this to go on anymore. And her testimony yesterday really set off a new wave of the whole hashtag Free Britney hysteria, which has been going on for quite a while. Even Justin Timberlake, I saw he released a statement. He got involved. He said, quote, we should all be supporting Britney at this time. He said that no woman should ever be restricted from making decisions about her own body. Britney had talked about how she wants to get married. She wants to have another baby, but they're not allowing her to do that under her conservatorship. And then he also added that he and his wife, Jessica Biel, send their love and support to her. And a ton of other celebrities released statements on social media as well in support of Britney Spears.
That's such a crazy story.
It's sad all around
It is
because she hasn't been able to take care of herself, whether it's she wasn't able to 13, 14 years ago,
Yes.
or she's not been allowed to now, but to also have a fractured relationship between a dad and a daughter.
Yeah, and it sounds like it could be her entire family.
Yeah.
You know, the way she made it sound yesterday was obviously she really unleashed on her father, but she also said that nobody was there to protect her at all, anyone in her family, and she wishes she could sue them for the way that they have handled things. Maybe she can. Who knows?